Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube. Again, Autism Disabilities Caretakers need to speak. And that's why I'm making these videos. I don't look that great today, so I just wanted to come on but that's why I'm making these videos, because I think it's very important for families with disabilities to be able to speak. And I really feel that it's so important for others to listen, because I think that they'll learn a lot, and a lot of their heartache and hurt that they feel that you've done, they'll realize to not take it personal. So I'm going to continue this video and try to fill in on some of the stuff from the first video but it's hard to explain, because it's hard to remember, like what you want to say when you come on the video. And so, like I said in the first video, I really think it's important for you to be able to speak. And I really think it's important also for the other people to speak. And what I was saying in the first video is I really just don't understand why there's that distance, or that, excuse me, that, that distance, that what is keeping people from talking. Now, like when I really look at the situation, like say for instance with our family, is that it's never really been real close or anything to begin with, and there had been maybe other issues from childhood or whatever that your sisters and brothers may have, and it really makes you wonder, are people holding grudges or what? And as, like, for instance, our son's 20, and like I was saying, we haven't been able to get to every single birthday and party and everything, and haven't been able to give attention and care to the other ones in the family, because we're so filled with these responsibilities of every day. And here I go getting lost again, but our heart aches for that. I'm the type of person, like I was saying in the first video, where I like to help people and care for people and listen to their problems and help them get through it. Like ever since I was a kid, I could just always remember my mom and dad, they ended up divorced. My brother, my friends, then my teen friends, and I always wanted to help them through their difficulties and problems. And I even had comments saying like, you wear your heart on your shoulder, or you're always helping people, you care. I even got you care too much. My dad went on, you're too sensitive, blah, blah. But that's the type of person I am, that I care. And I'm finding it hard, because I just don't understand why other people care. I mean, just to the slightest point of, they're the ones sitting and saying, family sticks together, family should take care of each other. But yet they're not wanting to know or hear why you're not able to. And when there is a clear thing, like autism, there's a clear thing, like the boyfriend having MS, a clear thing that he has spastic paraparesis. It's clear. I don't have a job. I did up till last year. It's clear that every single day, well, maybe not clear to them, but it's a big responsibility. So I just don't understand what people just don't understand. It's like, I understand that they have a hard life too, and that their life is hard enough. So why don't they take what they know of themselves and like look at that? Maybe you're like that, which we've tried to speak. We've tried to say why we can't make it to the outings, the parties, we've tried to say this. So I just don't understand. And I just have a really hard time comprehending why someone doesn't want to understand or fix or talk about it. So like in the first video, when I was saying that, you'll get around the family and this and that, and it's the uncomfortable feeling, because you could see from the looks and the side looks with the, not really wanting to hear or look at you. It's like it gives you the impression like they're hiding something or what. And this has been going on for many years. Our son's 20 now. And, I would come home and think, well, how could I make this better? How could I speak to this person? How could I explain? I mean, I drive myself crazy, and to no avail, because every time that I would get around the people and maybe there was an opportunity to say something, if you bring up one line of something, they'll just shrug and move on and go to something else or what. So that it's always just put off, and what I want the family to know is that we think about this all the time and we feel bad all the time. And we're not even able to take care of ourselves until just kind of recently, which we're a poor family. We don't even have food, never. And I don't say this to make you feel bad or them feel bad. It's just honest to God. This is what we're in. This is how we live. Why can't you just understand? That's my question. Oh, because the reason why it's my question is because when you come around and you feel that distance, and it's not just you, because you look inside yourself all the time. You talk all the time to yourself, like, what am I doing wrong? What did I say? How did I bug them? What did I not do? And I mean, I know, for instances, of the things that we didn't do. We couldn't come to every single family function. We couldn't always be there for them if they had a problem. But the thing is nobody ever said they had a problem, because when you look at them, it seems like they have what they need. They have jobs, they have cars, like good running cars. They have money to pay for breakdowns or this, that. Another thing is I was working midnights for many years, for 10 years. I was working the midnights because it would fit in with our son, to where I would work while he slept, and then Dad was home to, be with him, so it wouldn't even affect the kid. Except on weekends, when it was a newspaper route. When we used the newspaper route to then get the kid more involved, because he wouldn't go anywhere, you would try to get him to go to family functions ever since he's born. You couldn't even get him in the grocery store, let alone come into a holiday. I remember one time taking him to a birthday at a bowling alley, and he thought all the presents were his. How do you explain to a kid that's autistic, that is 6 years old, that can't speak? He can't communicate. He didn't speak till he was 6. This is a hard thing to, I think people just need to understand more and see more that the kid, all he did was scream, and he couldn't communicate, and he would just point and cry and get pissed off and, hit people, things, kids at the park, at the playground. And then there's little kids in your family, and you're like, oh my gosh, we would go there, and you could tell after 45 minutes, the kid was done. Now, we know that if you push it any longer, because supposedly in the store, if we would try to go, or even at home, if you push something too far, you're in trouble. There's going to be some autistic rage happening. And there was already issues at school to where he almost busted 3 computers because he had a rage. And we were going to be responsible to have to pay for that. We are a poor family. We can't be paid for that crap. Okay, so imagine that if he hurt one of the kids in the family. Could you just imagine that? I can't. So that's where I feel that the family needs to understand and respect you, but instead, they respect you if you have to leave, but instead what they do is they take it personal, and they're like, well, why are you leaving so early? How come you're leaving? What's the matter? It's like, duh, and I'm sorry to be like this, but it's like, duh, can't you see? Won't you listen to the reason why? It just gets me mad. So my main reason is to speak and to get, my frustrations out and stuff. And one day I wish that they would watch these videos, because there isn't never a chance to speak. They don't want to even know. That's exactly how I feel. They don't want to know. They've made up their mind. They've put it in their mind how they think it is. And I don't think that they've ever, thought to, maybe they have, but they didn't express it. So there's no proof of them wanting to know or anything. There's just accusations. You kept your son from us all these years, and he don't even know his family, blah, blah, blah. Then the latest one is, oh, you only come around at Christmas time. Well, that's one place or one time of year the kid will go somewhere, because he knows he's getting presents. Now, we didn't raise our kid to be selfish or greedy or for money or what. He has a disability. These are the things that gets me frustrated. So There's just been so many family arguments. My family's just toast and done. My mom's gone, and my dad and brother haven't talked to me in 6 years. I got one aunt that lives far away, and a couple cousins I never get to see. They're far, one's different state. I don't know. It's just hard. It's hard. When you have an autistic son or daughter or who you're taking care of, it's hard to even get out. Especially when you're poor and broke, and you've always been. And then now, like I said, I'm not having a job. And my boyfriend of 24 years, which I just consider us married, but we never did because of difficulties within the system. We couldn't get help for our son. He's disabled. So we're not sitting and dwelling on our problems. That's not what we do. We continually see work every day, and our son is 20 years old. And without any help from occupational therapy, behavior therapy, nothing. 3 visits of occupational therapy, medicines. His medicines are covered. We finally gotten to the point where he is like manageable, say. Except for those rages that really get out of hand. Those will get you so stressed out that you are just nervous all week. And if you just look at me, that's why I came on and just didn't do anything. I put a little bit of eyeliner on. It's to show you how hard and how deep autism can be. And it's mentally draining, physically draining. It's hard to work at the same time and do that, which I did all the way up till last year. Like I told you in my first video, that's when my mom died. Everything just got real deep and hard then. My health is deteriorating. I didn't have medical for 8 years. I just recently got a hold of medical. I always had to put my son first for his care because his medicines were $1,100 a month. At my job, I was only making $1,000 a month. Plus, he would get his $700, but he wasn't getting $700. It used to be $500 or something. So, I mean, how are you supposed to live on that? Then my boyfriend hadn't worked in all those years because it took him 4.5 years to get approved for disability himself. Doctor's visits up the butt. He had no medical insurance at the time. So what comes first? That's what I want people to know when I want to speak it. What comes first? You come first. Your family comes first right here, this one. You have to eat. You have to pay for your medical expenses. It's especially hard when you have disabilities. Yours comes first. So if other people think that we weren't caring about them or what, we tried our best and we showed up when we could. And I don't like it being thrown in our face that they only see us once a year or what, because it goes both ways. It goes both ways. Where are their phone calls? There were one time something said that they're too afraid to call, but no reason why. And like I said in the first video, that now we are told after this political issue of we didn't even know who voted for who, except you found out on Facebook that everybody in that family voted for Hillary or Bernie, and we wanted Trump because we want change. And the political stuff really, really, really angered them, I think because they lost the election. And it really brought out these issues of your so-and-so's been mad at you for 5 years. You've kept your son from us. We've tried to help you financially. For instance, one person helped one time. We did a fundraiser. But they just recently helped, but then 3 months later they're in an argument with you. So I don't understand too. It makes me think that I've seen in life where people will do things for you because that way maybe they feel like they have power over you or they can control you and tell you what to do. I just wish that nobody would help us then if that's the reason why, because they already know that we can't always make it. I mean, that's like, I want to give you an instance. Like there was a lady across the street that was really low income. She only had Social Security. She had the son living there that also had 3 kids. And he was trying to work just delivering pizzas. The grandmother really loved the 3 kids. Well, no, there was 4 kids, sorry. She really loved them. Their rent was $750 a month, and she only got $950. So that would leave her $200, right? So once in a while, if I would be at the Walmart, that would be after my newspaper route, which I don't have anymore, and I'd stop in and they'd have the dollar breads or something, or they'd have something really cheap like 50-cent donuts, which were like a box of them, a marked down. I mean, you can't beat that. Now, I know it's not healthy with bread and donuts, but then there would be like something for like $3 for a big huge thing, and I'd pick it up like once a month or maybe twice a month if I were to be able to get to the store and I had the money, and then I would bring it to her. So that would be like, I would go bring it to her and I would do things for her, knowing that she can't return it and knowing that she can't do for me except talk. But that would be like me holding it against her, like I gave you this and that, and now you should do for me. I mean, that is completely wrong. I thought it said like in the Bible, it's like you give a gift, you don't expect anything in return. I mean, like anything. So see, I find myself getting frustrated. So like with anything or anybody that has some kind of issue in their family that feels like they can't speak, that the other people just won't listen, I encourage you just to make the videos, just to come on and make some videos, get it out of you, because they won't listen. There hasn't really been a time that you've ever noticed that they wanted to listen, because like I said in the other one, when you get around them, it's always that they're talking about their positive cars and their houses and things, their new things or whatever, the vacations, or showing you the pictures that they went to on the vacation. It's like, so you're just going to feel like you're going to bring them down, and that's not what we want to do. And the times that we couldn't make it to the holidays and stuff, or birthdays, which there seems to be quite a few, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but your family here and your disabilities come first and your income comes first. Like I was saying, I was working the midnights as the kid would sleep. So that means part of the time I slept during the day while he was at school. But then when the summer vacations come and the Christmas vacations and the Easter vacations, you're still having to work, because I had to work 7 days a week, every single day, 7 days a week. That was for 6 years. And then when I went into the same industry, I had to, for the other 4 years, I had only worked 4 days, but twice as hard. So when you had your 3 days off or whatever, you would be recovering, from the hard work, even though you had those days off. So again, I'm going to end this video, and thank you for watching, but I really want to make them to encourage people to speak, especially families with disabilities or autism or things like that, or families that don't allow you to speak. Try not to let them hold it against you, that you weren't there for them and everything, because on the other hand, I think that that's not really forgiving on their part. If you're willing to speak and explain your situation, but they just don't want to hear it because they've already made up their mind that they're just done with this, well then, that's their choice. But I think they should leave it at that. I don't think they should bring up things. I think they should just be honest with you, like, hey, I'm done. Because on the other hand, they're hurting you and your family more than you're already hurting. And they've never heard about how bad it hurts you to not be able to come to all this stuff. So I just hope all of you out there that are wanting to speak and to want to explain yourself, or just have anything to say, just to make some YouTube videos, and I hope that I can encourage you to do that, because otherwise it seems like you hold anger inside, or you're just getting frustrated too much, and you can't hold that all in. It's just not healthy. It's not even healthy how it is with the so much responsibility every day and having to take care of disabilities. It's not even healthy doing that, and it's very hard. And that's what I wish the world would understand. Thank you for watching, and I'll be making another video soon. I appreciate it. God bless all those who are helping the disabled, who are taking care of the disabled, who have disabled kids themselves, autism, spinal bifida, Down syndrome, all this stuff. It is so hard. It is just so hard. And low income and everything. I thank you. Okay, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button below, and please push the bell so you'll be notified when my next videos come up. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Bye.